It is time for Smart Money Monday. And if you're like the majority of Americans, you probably have a furry friend living with you in your home. So today, we're going to be learning more about how to budget realistically for the cost of owning a pet. And to help us with that, we have Taylor Kirihara from Bank of Hawaii. Hello, Taylor.
Aloha, Grace.
All right, so we want to talk about budgeting for a pet. Now, this is a reality for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, it sure is. If you can believe it, 70% of American households have a pet.
Wow, 7 out of 10 people have a pet. That includes me.
That's right. So around 70 million American homes have a dog, and around 45 million have a cat.
All right, so that means a whole lot of expense for all those families, right?
That's right. You're not kidding, Grace. So last year, Americans spent approximately $123 billion on their pets.
Wow. All right, so what do you say is the number one thing that people should know about when they're trying to budget for pet ownership?
Well, try not to underestimate what the real cost of owning a pet will be. A lot of people think it will just cost less than it actually does, which isn't good for you or your pet.
So be realistic about all the costs associated with having a pet and then budget for that.
Right. Don't let your emotions blind you to the real world expenses every responsible pet owner has to plan for.
I know. That can be easy to do. So is there an average cost per year for people that they should budget for?
Yeah, so according to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or the ASPCA, the average annual cost for a dog is close to $1,400, and the average annual cost for a cat is almost $1,150.
Wow, that's a lot. So what does that include?
Well, that includes things like food, routine medical costs, medication, toys, treats, and health insurance. But it doesn't tell you the whole picture.
Okay, so what does it leave out?
Well, you got to consider things like the initial one-time cost of getting that cat or dog, such as spay and neutering, vaccines, crates, bowls, equipment, and more.
So how much does all of that come to?
So again, according to the ASPCA, the average initial one-time cost for a dog is around $1,000 and around $450 for a cat.
All right, so that's a lot of money. Are there any other expenses that pet owners should be prepared for?
Well, if you don't have health insurance for your pet, you can expect to be hit with a pretty hefty medical bill at some point, plus the cost of boarding your pet when you go on vacation. So make sure you budget accordingly.
Yeah, that makes it easy for Americans to spend that $123 billion a year that you talked about on their pets, right?
Yeah, that's right. And owning a pet adds up to a lot of money, but more importantly, a lot of love.
That's for sure. All right, we want to say thank you to Taylor for giving us all of these realistic financial pictures of pet ownership. I'm sure we're going to be speaking to more pet owners as we say it is worth the cost, don't you think?
Definitely, Grace.
All right, and that is your Smart Money Monday. Thanks, Taylor.
Thanks, Grace.